studio in New York City, here is Steve Malzberg.
I think there are some politicians in Israel who are men enough and women enough to do that. I don't include Prime Minister Netanyahu in that category. I think Madeline put it extremely well. The issue is larger than just Gaza. The issue is peace between Israel and the Palestinians. The peace, if there were one, would resolve in large measure the problem of Gaza. The fact is that honest, dedicated efforts to produce that peace by our Secretary of State, by the President of the United States, by previous leaders of the United States, previous Secretaries of State of the United States, like Madeline, for example, have made that effort. It's been scuttled by Mr. Netanyahu. That's the fact of the matter.
All right. To me, one of the most, let's put it this way, anti-Israel government officials we've ever had. I know we got Barack Obama now, we got John Kerry, but Zbigniew Brzezinski fits right in there. And this was on Morning Joe with Joe and Zbignew's daughter, of course, Mika Brzezinski. And he despises the state of Israel, in my opinion. It's obvious he despises Benjamin Netanyahu, in my opinion. And to put the blame on Benjamin Netanyahu for what's going on now and for previous attempts at peace. At peace with whom? With people sworn to your destruction? With people who won't recognize you as a Jewish state? With people who make martyrs and glorify people who kill Israeli civilians, women and children? That's who you're supposed to make peace with? With people who teach their children to kill the Jew and hate the Jew and the Jew is the monkey? That's who you're supposed to make peace with? Get real, sir. Talk about how you really feel and stop blaming your boogeymen, all right? Here's more.
How can you have peace if at the same time someone is incorporating the territory that is at issue, is building on it, is indicating that most of the territory will be part of Israel, and that the Palestinians can be a second-class minority in, essentially, a militant Israeli state? Most Israelis don't support that. Most Israelis are in favor of peace. The majority of the American Jewish community is in favor of peace. But the ideologues, the hardliners, the ones that propagate confrontation are in charge. And that's what's so sad and so disgustingly destructive for both the Israelis and the Palestinians.
Well, you're plenty disgustingly destructive for the truth. You're a friend to distortion. You're a friend to those who despise Israel. You're a friend to the Palestinian propaganda machine, Mr. Brzezinski. That's what you are. To blame Israel for building on land while it's in dispute. Excuse me. If it's in dispute, it gets negotiated. Okay? For blaming this old adage of Israel doesn't want peace. Of course Israel wants peace. Leave Israel alone. They'd be the happiest people in the world. But they are not left alone, are they? The Palestinian government now consists of Hamas, which is sworn to the destruction of Israel and to the killing of Jews all over the world. But you see, Israel builds settlements. So that's the real evil. They build settlements on their land. Because while it might be in dispute, it's their country and their land. So to claim that in my opinion, anti-Israel, anti-Semites do, and I'm just saying most do, to do as most of them do, to say that the problem is settlements and apartment buildings and not the terrorists and the teaching their children to kill the Jew, hate the Jew is the monkey, we'll take Jerusalem with our blood. That's a little sick, wouldn't you say, Zbigniew? Maybe look in the mirror, and that's the problem. We'll be back with more. First, this hour's American Moment takes a look back at President Reagan's SDI. Don't go away.
I call upon the scientific community in our country, those who gave us nuclear weapons, to turn their great talents now to the cause of mankind and world peace.
On March 23, 1983, President Reagan surprised not only the nation, but members of his own cabinet and military by announcing an Oval Office address that the United States would embark on and destroy nuclear-tipped missiles in space. Reagan called the program the Strategic Defense Initiative, or SDI, while his critics quickly dubbed the program Star Wars. Still, the idea gained popular support and played a key role in undermining the Soviet Union and its arms buildup. By 1987, with his own nation facing economic collapse and unable to match the U.S. program, Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev capitulated and signed the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty. Within 4 years, the Soviet Empire itself would collapse,